Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the PlayStation Portal, and when I think back on this console, it's a pretty strange one. So in this video, we're going to reflect on it a little bit. I'm going to tell you about my experience, and then near the end of the video, I'll give you my opinion on if I still think it's worth it or not. Let's go and get right into the video. It's actually crazy how fast a year flew by. Like, when I think back on it, I feel like the console just came out a few months ago. But a year, in fact, did fly by. So before we get into this video, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. And let's just go and get right into it. So I could have this wrong, but I think the first look we ever had at the PlayStation Portal was on August 31st, 2023. And that's when the PlayStation Portal Remote Player pre-order trailer went live. And the video wasn't long, only about 30 seconds. Almost 3 months later, on November 15th, 2023, was when we were able to get our hands on this console. And I think the launch went fairly well. I'm not sure the exact sales numbers, but if I can find it, I will put them on the screen of how much the PlayStation Portal has sold. Now, if we were to go back a few years ago, and I were to tell you, there's a PlayStation handheld console coming out, this should be a massive thing for Sony. They should be selling millions and millions of these consoles, and everybody should be very happy. So what was different about the PlayStation Portal? Well, for one, there's no native games. The PlayStation Portal is a console where you stream games from your PlayStation 5. And I have to admit, when I first heard that, I thought that was very stupid, and I knew I would never get one of these consoles. I didn't get a PS5 to the very end of 2023, but once I got my PS5, I fell in love with it, I played it all the time. Then I started thinking, maybe it would be nice to play PlayStation 5 games handheld. Maybe when I travel, maybe just laying down at night. Maybe it does have a purpose. So I did get a PlayStation Portal. I got my PlayStation Portal in July, and my experience with it was pretty straightforward, I guess. I got the console and I started setting it up, and I think from the time I started setting it up to the time where I first started playing around with it was about an hour. I had to make an account, connect it to Wi-Fi, connect it to my PlayStation 5, change a couple settings, and then I started testing it out and playing with it. And my very first experience with it, can you guess how it went? It went absolutely horrible. Like, absolutely freaking horrible. I did everything I was supposed to do, and I have really good Wi-Fi, so what was the problem? I didn't understand. I tested it out playing the story mode of a Call of Duty game. I can't remember which one, maybe Vanguard or World War II or something like that. I can't really remember, but I was just playing the story mode. I had played it the day previous on my PS5, so I could compare it, and the lag was horrible, and I don't even think you would call it lag. It was pretty much unplayable. I don't even think I could walk. And I was wondering, am I really gonna have to return this console the same exact day I got it? Or maybe I got a broken console, who knows, right? But then I did a deep dive and I started watching a bunch of YouTube videos. I did watch some popular ones that were pretty helpful, but I thought I should go and watch videos that only have a few views, because these aren't people who are trying to be YouTubers and get a bunch of views. They're just trying to do real reviews and tell you how the process went with them and give you any pointers, I guess. And a few things that I learned that were very helpful. One, you needed to take the HDMI out from your TV, because if you don't do that, your PlayStation is sending out two signals, one to your TV and one to your PlayStation Portal. Another thing I needed to do is change the output resolution on my PlayStation 5 to only 1080p, I believe, because the PlayStation Portal can't go higher than that. And then another thing was change from Wi-Fi to Ethernet cable. So I did all of that and a few other things, and then I started having a pretty pleasant experience. It's still, I don't even know if the word was laggy, but there was just something a tiny bit off, only barely noticeable, but it still played perfectly fine. I actually beat God of War Ragnarok 100% on my PlayStation Portal. I can't remember what else games I beat, but I beat a few games on it, and I started playing it more and more. And then a few months in, I started feeling a little different. Like, I would go to play a PS5 game, and I would pick up my PlayStation Portal, and then sometimes it would connect to the Wi-Fi, sometimes it wouldn't. Sometimes it would be connected and kick me off for no reason, and then sometimes it wouldn't connect at all. Like, I would restart my PS5, restart the PlayStation Portal, unplug the cords, reset the Wi-Fi. It just would not connect to my PS5. Again, I was like, man, this is probably a me problem, right? I might have a bad console, or maybe my Wi-Fi is messing up. So I went online and checked. And this was a problem a lot of people were having. And it's funny, it seemed like almost every single update for the PlayStation Portal would change some stuff that we want, like maybe Bluetooth headphones or something like that, I can't remember. But then connection would be horrible. Like, I can't even play the PlayStation Portal. So by the time I can play it, I've been messing with this console for 30 minutes, I don't even want to play it anymore, because I don't want to have the anxiety of having this problem while I'm playing a game. So I'll just turn it off and I'll pick up my PS5 controller and just play on my TV. And I started doing this more and more and more. One thing that I love about the PlayStation Portal, and I gotta give them credit, some people think the price is too high, but I think a $200 entry price is very fair for what it is. The PlayStation Portal feels very high quality. The screen, I think, is 8 inches long. It's basically a DualSense controller split in half. That's what you put your hands on. It feels great in your hands. It's heavier than it looks. Yeah, very high quality product in my opinion. Only an LCD screen, but a great LCD screen. So $200 console, not bad. But there's other $200 consoles out there that I think I would enjoy more. And I am a Nintendo focused channel, so we know I love my Nintendo Switch, right? The Switch OLED, $350 entry price. But there is another console that Nintendo has that has a $200 entry price, and that is the Switch Lite. This is the Zelda edition, so I think this is $210, but bear with me here. Yes, this has a pretty small screen. The Joy-Cons don't come off, but the DualSense controller doesn't slide off the PlayStation Portal. I can play games natively on here, physical games. I can do that on this. It has a bunch of great Bluetooth features. When I started comparing that and thinking about that, even though I have a Switch already, I started thinking, did I really spend $200 on a console that I'm frustrated with all the time? I felt almost bamboozled. Like, I got caught up in the hype. Now, I did enjoy it, and I still think it does serve some kind of purpose, but why would I get a Switch Lite if I already have a Switch? Well, that's because I actually recently sold my PlayStation Portal, and with the money I had from that, I put that towards this. And you may think you're double dipping. You already have a Switch. I know, but I am enjoying this Switch more than I ever enjoyed my PlayStation Portal. And I don't know why I ever bought it to begin with. It's really crazy. The only reason I can think is I truly got caught up in the hype. Like, I think it was cool, and then I almost forced myself to think it was cool. I almost forced myself to enjoy it. And 1 year later, do I think the PlayStation Portal is worth it? I almost don't. Like, the price point is fine, and when it works, it's cool, but I can just play my PS5 on my TV. One of the whole selling points is like, yeah, you can use this when you're traveling. I travel quite a bit. I never once thought to bring my PlayStation Portal because I thought, if I bring this, there's a good chance it's not even going to connect to the Wi-Fi. I'm going to have some issues. I should just bring my Switch or one of these little emulator consoles, and I'm probably going to enjoy it more. So yeah, I just wanted to reflect on my experience with the PlayStation Portal and tell you if I think it is worth it 1 year later. So this isn't really a hit piece on the PlayStation Portal. If you love it and it's the greatest console you've ever used, I am very happy for you. I am glad you enjoy it, but that just wasn't my experience. So hopefully Sony sees there's an interest in the handheld market and we get a native PlayStation console in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have made it to this part of the video, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. What do you think about the PlayStation Portal? Have you got one? Did you ever want to get one? And if you did get one, did you get rid of it? Let me know. Also, if you made it to this part of the video, you're an amazing human. Thank you for all the support. Follow your boy on Instagram on the way out. I would really appreciate that. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.